23rd, and The Talk is live.
You and me, you know we make some real good company. All right, say you and me, you know we make some real good company. Hey, hopping, we popping all the magic we making. Lord knows I love conversating with you. We come together, get the fireworks started. Yeah, we the life of the party, it's true.
Of reality TV, Lisa Vanderpump. And a little bit later, we're going to talk with Joy Bryant. First, though, are you ready for it? Because it is time for Top of the Talk. Oh, this is a good one. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, they sat down for a TMZ Presents interview. It airs tonight. They are finally talking about their decades-long rivalry. Now, throughout their careers, the action stars would constantly try to one-up each other. Take a look.
You killed 28 people in a movie. I killed 32.
I gotta top that.
What was your body fat? You know, I was down to 7%, so I said, and I said I was down to 10%. So it became a competition with the body. Then he started using machine guns that were kind of like huge machine guns. I was running after him. He was not running after me. So I said, when we did Predator, I said, you got to get a machine gun that is normally mounted on a tank. I got to have a bigger gun, a bigger machine gun than Sly used in Rambo.
And you got sucked into it too, because the difference between Rambo 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you got bigger guns, bigger, more body count, the whole thing.
Yeah. Competition ever, helped you in your game, Akbar?
Yeah. I think we all have those people around us. I think back to one of my training camp years when I was with the Chargers in 2006, Sean Merriman, and it was training camp. He retired from, from the practice, the double practices, and I remember Sean Merriman getting to practice, trying to get in on my time when I get there early. I would get there like 6 o'clock or something, then he'd come in at 5:30, and then I'd get there at 5:30, and then he gets in at 5 a.m. I'm like, okay, hold on now. This is too much. And then the time that I tapped out, because I was like, I'm not getting up at no 5 a.m. The coach goes, look at this. Look at Sean Merriman, lights out. He's up at 5 in the morning. I'm like, Coach, man, I was getting up early. You didn't say nothing to me. But I don't. It did help step up my game, and I'll tell you what else helped step up my game. Even though I don't have that locker room, competition, I still have a private competition with somebody on this set. Yes.
Wait, on this
yes, set? I have a private competition going on with Cheryl Underwood. Because Cheryl gets here early like I get here, and if I see her car here before me, I'm like, dang, coming. I'm like, I was for sure I'm gonna roll up and I'm gonna be the first one here, and Cheryl's already sitting up in there, going through research and doing makeup.
That's so funny because here's the difference.
Yeah.
You usually have worked out though already in the morning, so you've had your cup of coffee and you've worked out, so you beat us all.
I still want to beat Cheryl here to the.
It's so funny whenever I pull in, because I pull in right next to Natalie, and I beat Natalie. I'm always like, I beat Natalie.
I'm the last one in. Sometimes I beat Jerry.
You know who doesn't care about being on time? You can all have that, guys. See ya. I'm the last one in.
Hold on, Cheryl. Do you compete with me? Do you see, or are you just like you on your own game?
No, I don't compete with you. I think that's fascinating, though, that you and I are competing with each other.
I would say, though, in the broadcast industry for women, it's helped a lot of women. And I think, there's a book out right now where Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer, this was a known thing. It was like, who got the Fidel interview? Barbara Walters got it, but Diane Sawyer was always like, always waiting in the wings. I mean, I know in my career, it was always like, it was used against me. Oh, well, Natalie, if you're not going to be here and available to do this, well, somebody else is going to be available. It was always like, who was going to be waiting in the wings? There was always going to be somebody else who was going to be available if you're not going to be available.
And I think in the healthy way too, what it helps me is that when Cheryl, her setting the example like that, it allows me to get here and prep on the material early. You know what I mean? And so it's helping me step up my game, so I have a good amount of time to prepare.
For me, it's more comedians, like my comedian friends. Like Kevin Hart tells this joke about his height.
Yeah.
And he changes the number.
Oh, yeah.
He decreases the number for the years. I wish I could write jokes like that, but the joke that I really wish I wrote, Steve Harvey, I think Kings of Comedy, told a joke, if a black band had been playing when the Titanic went down. And it's the greatest joke in the world because it gets better, and then better every time he goes to the next group. Like, I got to shout out, he mentions Kool and the Gang. And Kool and the Gang has now been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's one of the greatest jokes that I wish I had wrote, and that's how we're friendly competitors with each other. I wish I wrote that joke.
What about you as an actor, Jerry? Has there ever been like somebody you've been going for the same role? And
I just like to be the last one to arrive. I don't. Everyone can come in before me. No, I will say I do want to talk to Paramount Plus for a second. Let's get a reality show where Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger just compare everything to each other. Everything.
That's true. That would be the show.
You used a knife that was this big. Oh, I used a knife that was this big.
I was waiting for you to do.
Let's get a cooking show with them.
Oh my God.
You put a lot of peppers in this. Well, I put the peppers in. I have more peppers than you.
You do both characters.
That's the only reason I asked you the question, because I'm like, Jerry, you're missing out on the opportunity to do your Sly and Schwarzenegger. Come on. Okay, if you are not so competitive, we've got some good news for you. Mattel recently launched a new version of the beloved word game Scrabble called Scrabble Together. Now, it is designed to be less competitive to appeal to Gen Z players who might find scoring too intimidating. Yeah, scoring is simple. Players can now team up to solve word problems instead of playing against each other. What do we think about this less competitive board game?
Thank you.
Amanda, what do we think?
I agree with our amazing studio audience.
I like the way you're playing to the crowd.
Thank you. I know how to play to the crowd. This is terrible. First of all, I grew up playing Scrabble. I still, to this day, we get together as a family. I love playing Scrabble.
Yeah.
And that's right, guys. And there is nothing like playing against my dad and getting a triple word score that gets me 60 points.
Yeah.
And I'm taking those 60 points.
Right.
And how dare they take away the opportunity to score 60 points?
And scoring
It is a point system. We have to
Scoring together? What's it? Working together? What's that about?
terrible.
You know what though? I'm with this. This is like a training wheel. This is like a training wheel program that allows people who may not consider themselves like a wordsmith to get in there. Now, I like it the old school way, but we're trying to include more people. So this is putting people together, bringing great minds together, or people who may not see themselves as wordsmith, bringing them together so they can work together. If you get 2-on-2 and you get a situation like that, that's cool. It's collaborating. It's teamwork. It's teams. It'll be like you and I going up against Jerry and Amanda, and we work together, and then we'd be able to.
You know what? I think we should just take words out of Scrabble. Why are we even writing words?
No.
Let's just write why scoring? Let's just make sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger sounds like.
Those are called onomatopoeias.
Chopper! CHOPPA! Chopper! Get to the chopper!
I would totally use that as a word too and win. I was like, choppa is a word. Look, Arnold Schwarzenegger said it before.
By the way, Scrabble Together is only available in Europe, so you don't have to worry. Here in America, we're playing real Scrabble.
Keep it in Europe.
Okay, yeah, we're playing the real deal here in the USA. Okay, okay. What do you do when you're stuck in a boring conversation? Well, You all know the tricks, right? We know the tricks, certain people here. Well, the Wall Street Journal posted some tips. Some of them include saying, I'm gonna go get a drink, can I get you one? or you pretend like your spouse is calling, Joe, call me. Or you try to pull someone else in on the conversation. But how do you get out of a boring conversation? Cheryl, what's your trick?
I ask more questions.
Oh, okay.
And I irritate them to death. Yeah. Yeah.
Bore them to death.
That's right. I ask the
Bore
question.
them to death until they're pulling themselves
So there's
out
no
of it.
such thing as team Scrabble? Okay, so how do you play it when you're playing with four
Okay,
people?
okay.
But could
I
this
see
really
what
work? And
you're
how do
doing
you
here.
get 60 points against your daddy? And did that hurt your daddy feelings when you beat him at
I'm
Scrabble?
gonna go get a drink. Do you need one?
There you go. But you know what though? I'm gonna have to push back on that one. I don't know if that one will work because if you say, for example, yours, if you say I'm gonna come back, you're coming back to the same boring conversation.
No, you never come back.
Oh, you never come back? You gonna leave a person hanging?
You never go back.
You get in your car and you drive home. You never go.
What's it run or not? Jerry, what do you do to get out of a boring conversation?
I actually just realized a lot of times when I go up and talk to Cheryl, Cheryl starts asking me all kinds of questions.
There it is, Ed. I'm gonna tell you the best method. So start telling me about dancing, right? Because I don't care about dancing. Start talking to me about dancing. Go ahead. Hold
Akbar,
on.
there's this amazing new theater show that I love, and I want you should come with me. It's like, we'll drive down.
You like theater shows?
Yeah, I love
Cheryl,
theater.
you were just telling me about how you went to the theater.
Amanda,
You love theater?
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
No, wait, do it again. Do it again. Wait, do it again.
Okay.
Ready, do it again.
Here it is.
Boring.
Here it is.
When we return. Alright, do you have a problem that can only be solved by the hosts of The Talk? Well, we have received your questions, we have heard you, and we have got you. It is time for Ask The Talk. Alright, up first, a viewer writes, I'm a single guy in my late 30s, and I'm constantly hearing from friends and family things like, I don't understand how you're still single, and you're such a catch, I don't get it. I know they mean it as a compliment, but it always makes me feel bad and even more aware of the fact that I'm still single. How should I handle this going forward? Amanda, what do we think?
Oh yeah, I'll take this one. I'll take this one as a resident person in this dating world that we live in now. Let me tell you guys something right now. There are a few phrases you should never say to a single person. This is one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious. I'm being so serious. With all my heart. Because it is so hard out there. We know we're single.
Yeah.
You're not telling us anything we don't know.
Right.
And we ask ourselves every day why we're single. So the last thing we need from our friends as family is for more people to come up to us and say, why are you single?
Yeah.
I don't know, okay? I don't know.
Exactly.
That's the thought.
And you asking me now is not helping the problem.
Right.
It's such a
It
hard
sounds
one,
very
though.
judgy, right?
It's just such a hard one. You have to assume the best in a person. Like, they noticed and they're trying to maybe bring it up and trying to, I don't know. That's a hard one. I hear you. It makes sense. Like, why would you ask that? But
I'm
it's a
just
hard
letting
one.
you know. You don't need to ask it.
Okay.
And the best way, and the best answer is that answer is don't ask.
Yeah,
you know?
don't ask. Or you can say, you know what? I don't know either. I don't know why I'm single either. I don't know.
What if they know somebody? If you're asking me, why am I still single? Do you know someone? Someone hasn't asked. I look at it.
Oh,
as
you're
a
putting it back on them. Like,
I
you know
look at it
somebody?
as a compliment. Why am I still
Or an
single?
opportunity.
Because I'm really fly. That's why I'm still single.
Okay.
It's funny. People always ask me, how are you married?
Yeah. Still
I love you so much. I love you so much.
Okay, next viewer says, last weekend I went out with my girls. A man offered to buy me a drink. My friend intercepted and told him I was married. I didn't see anything wrong with accepting a drink. She is now upset with me. How should I handle this?
Well,
Cheryl, what do you think?
I think that the girlfriend that didn't want her to accept a drink is mad that the guy didn't offer her a drink. That's what she's mad about.
Okay.
Because accepting a drink does not mean you've had an affair or betrayed on your marriage.
Yeah.
It's just someone offered to buy you a drink and not the table. I think that woman is jealous of her friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Cheryl is fired up. Cheryl is fired up.
She's jealous.
But if you're a married woman and you're accepting a man buying you a drink, aren't you opening yourself up to a flirtation at a bar?
All he said is, can I buy you a drink? Well, what would you do? Okay, let's say the three of us were sitting somewhere, and Jerry, that we don't know Jerry.
different.
No, we don't know Jerry.
We don't
We don't know
know
Jerry. And the bartender said, that gentleman is buying you ladies around a
I'd
drink.
say, fine, he can buy me a drink, but just let him know I'm married.
You went too far, Natalie. He didn't ask. He just bought you a tag too far. Right, and then... That's right, yeah. That's right. You went too far. You went too far. And then me and Amanda get to go, we'll take Natalie's drink because she's married.
Also, if you're wearing your wedding ring, you can just go like this and go, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I agree.
Okay, now, if you've got an issue, you want the host of the Talk to weigh in, reply to our Ask the Talk Instagram story every Wednesday, because we got answers. Don't worry, we make sure that you remain anonymous. Coming up next, reality TV superstar Lisa Vanderpump. She's sitting right here. From the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to Vanderpump Rules to the new Hulu show Vanderpump Villa and a whole lot of restaurants and bars in between. Our first guest is one of the most talked about bosses around. Please welcome the fabulous Lisa Vanderpump.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but you all look amazing.
Wow.
Lisa, thank you so much for being here. You are so busy. You just came back from the UK where you were filming. You just came back from a new restaurant opening in Lake Tahoe.
Wow.
I mean, tell us everything. The restaurant in Tahoe looks
Well, I'm not going to tell you everything, right? Let's get that. Well, maybe. Yeah, I've just opened a new restaurant in Lake Tahoe that I designed with my partner. We have a design company, so we have complete control over the visuals of it, and it looks incredible. I'm just so happy. It's a passion project, and it just opened, and we had a great party.
I think we have a photo from your opening. Let's see this photo.
Oh, what is it? God only knows.
There we go. There it is.
Whoa!
Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I have to ask. Are those the hosts when you come in, or those the servers?
What's not to like, Cheryl?
You better know it.
I want
know,
what they're
yeah.
having. Yeah.
I know.
Who's
Well,
that guy on this? Oh,
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
You know what? I made them keep their masks on because I found them so attractive with those water heads.
But wait, I have a feeling your husband Ken is going to be coming into the bedroom like, Lisa.
Hey, that would spice something. Yeah, no, I named it Wolf after my grandson, whose second name is Wolf, and I thought it was something about Lake Tahoe. It just was a great fit. The restaurant's, yeah, it's open. It's already, it's doing really well.
had the little bitty baby ponies.
Oh yeah, of
still
course.
have
Yeah,
them?
we lost one actually. She died suddenly, but we replaced her with a rescue, a pony. Yeah. So yeah, you know, animals are a passion of mine. We've had our dog charity for years now, where we've saved thousands of dogs in America. Plus, we also have sanctuary in China, and we've been, in Capitol Hill and talked about changing laws, the humane treatment of dogs.
Thank goodness.
So yeah, it's again a passion project.
So there's two things we know about you: that you love animals and you love love, and you are such a good matchmaker that you put a duck together.
Oh gosh, yes. In fact, how do you know that? That's really funny. Yeah, we have. I have swans at my house.
Oh
And
yeah,
everything.
remember when we were talking?
Yeah.
We walked around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you had the best food too.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Yeah, remember I had 3 to-go boxes, and you was like,
I don't think the way you look, you haven't eaten any since I saw you. Look at you. Yeah, I did have a little stray mallard that's got a broken wing, and it's at moments like this when I realized why I married my husband, because he turned around and he said, you know what, this little duck, she's on her own, and they're always in pairs.
Yeah.
And so he says, I'm going to find another, and they're wild ducks. I'm thinking, how are you going to do that? And he got a mail order duck from, they actually sent a duck to us. Not mail order, but mail order husband type thing.
You're right.
Online? Like
And
I can just go
no,
online?
just through an animal sanctuary. There was a stray, and so we've got that, and then another duck threw in. So suddenly she's got a menage a trois. It's like, like ladies.
That is so cool.
When you're looking for a man and you don't have one, and suddenly she's got 2. I don't know, she's very busy right now.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty good transition because we're going to talk about Scandival for a second.
Yes.
Speaking of menage a
Scandival, for those who don't know, there was a scandal
Everybody knows.
on Vanderpump Rules. I'm just explaining to people who may not know. You have not been here since Scandival happened. I want to ask you, it must be so difficult for you because, you're not just making a show, you have personal relationships with these people.
Very much
So, how are you, how are you feeling after all
Well, I think now it seems like the storm has passed, but shooting this season was incredibly difficult. And I think a lot of people felt that I'd sided with Tom, which I didn't at all. I did not condone what he did in any shape or form. But when somebody, starts talking about suicide ideation, and I've always been very honest about, mental health. My only sibling, lost his life to suicide. And so when Tom started talking about this, I thought, oh my goodness, we're in a position where the whole world, we were at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and they were talking about Scandal there and bringing up Vanderpump Rules. It seemed like the whole world was against him. And it worried me that it kind of exponentially, it gathered so much momentum, it would be too much for any person to stand.
Right.
So we started to try and facilitate the relationships again. But also Ariana was living her best life. She was on Dancing with Stars.
Yeah.
She then went on to Broadway. So it was about supporting him, even though I would never condone it.
Right.
It seems like the tide seems to be turning from the episodes that I've been watching. It seems like a few of the crew are feeling a little sympathy toward him, a little bit.
A little bit,
not
yeah.
a lot.
But
Not
this
a lot.
group's always unpredictable. I think that's what's kept it moving, for so many years. You can't, I always say expect the unexpected with Vanderpump.
Yeah. They're talking about, there have been a lot of shakeups in the Bravo-verse. There have been allegations and lawsuits filed against the Bravo boss, Andy Cohen. How do you stand with what you've heard and with Andy in particular? And there have been rumors that he may even be negotiating stepping down.
Well, I hope not. I really do, because, I've had a very close relationship with Andy over the years. In fact, I was kind of subject to an in-depth investigation while I was in London. I've just been in London for 2 months doing a show with Gordon Ramsay. That's something else. Yeah, 2 months. I love him too. Okay. I do, yeah. You're going to love him more even after you see when I get hold of him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Food stars, yeah. But, they were trying to get me, and of course the 8-hour time difference, but I really said, okay, I really need to talk to these people, because You know, Andy and I have always had a very playful relationship. I think I've been one of the few people that have done Watch What Happens Live on their own for many years and had a kind of very connected relationship. And he's playful, he's inappropriately naughty, like I am too. I mean, that's what Bravo is a lot of the time. But it's innocuous. He's a gay man that we have a lot of fun with. So, am I on his side? Damn right I'm on his side. Yeah. He's like, no. And it's strange that a lot of these allegations seem to come from people that are no longer working for Bravo. So, listen, I know we're in this culture of, you know, everybody's kind of like, you know, got this spotlight, you know. Right. Now, as I say, Bravo, we've seen Watch What Happens Live. It's one of those talk shows where you can be slightly inappropriate and slightly naughty. But when it comes to these drug allegations, 1,000% I would know, and no way does it ever happen. No.
All right, we're going to talk a lot more with Lisa Vanderpump about Vanderpump.
It's very good. Put her in the kitchen.
Funny, I just told Caroline out there, I said, I want to cook with you tonight, so hopefully I can cook some.
Well, you might need to help with service as well, because we're one man down.
Oh, I can do that.
So you might need to help.
That's fine.
Yeah?
I came in here knowing I could do any job. That's what I wanted to prove to Lisa.
Hannah, if you need any help.
Yeah, I'll be here. Okay. I'm already getting these bully vibes from Hannah, but hopefully helping tonight leads to me being in a more forward-facing position in the future. Or at least that's my goal.
Well, we'll see. No, you can't eat it. It's too hot for you.
That was from Vanderpump Tonight as Lisa's new show on Hulu. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I want to go be there. I want to work for you. Tell us all about it. Yes.
No, it was an incredible project because I had a small hotel in England for a while, and it was so much fun, the shenanigans that kind of go on. And then after doing Vanderpump Rules, it was just that back of house, front of house is just, you know, always so interesting to me. I mean, because you're very much like, hi, welcome, you know. And it happens in every restaurant, and we kind of lost that a little bit in Vanderpump Rules because none of them really worked for me. So when Hulu, you know, and I decided to do the show, it was so different to that, and them all living together, and me living with them as well. Woo! And then we have the guests come into the equation. It was definitely a lot of fun.
You might be onto something. A celebrity version.
Oh yeah.
A celebrity
We
version.
could come work.
But yeah, we should have some celebrity guests, but not celebrities as, how
As the help?
Hilarious.
We could be the help.
Yeah.
No. You know, all the people that were in that show, they are all absolute experts at their job. Whether they choose to do it or not is another question. But they were all absolutely well qualified. So if I'm going to go, you know, and open a small hotel, everybody has to know what they're doing. So no, you're gonna do it.
Well, I gotta ask
As a guest.
Okay, as a guest. Okay, I'll do it as a guest. But it is almost May. You were the queen of rosé all day.
Yes.
So, which I fully subscribe to. What would be the cocktail of summer 2024?
Oh, wow. I mean, with rosé, I think it's such a kind of great base. I mean, because when I lived in France, everybody was drinking rosé, and America didn't really have much rosé at the time when we first introduced it to here. I like it with a little bit of champagne. I like it with ice and champagne, or with a vodka as well. You can add a little bit of both. You know, there's many,
I like how you think. Lisa, thank you. Vanderpump Villa is available on Hulu with new episodes available every Monday. Coming up next from the Spiderwick Chronicles, the lovely Joy Bryant is here. We'll be right back.
You know our first guest from Parenthood, Cherish the Day, and Get Rich or Die Tryin'. And now she's starring in the fantastic new Roku channel series, The Spiderwick Chronicles. Take a look.
Welcome to Spiderwick.
Your great-grandpa Arthur planted this tree. It's called the manchineel tree. They call the fruit death apples. Indigenous people use them to ward off evil spirits. They're poison, so if you see an apple growing, toss it.
Welcome, Joy Bryant!
Oh my God.
The new show. So
You get to star in this show with Christian Slater, which is
do.
incredible. All right, so for everybody that doesn't know anything about the show, tell us everything.
Oh, well, the Spider Chronicles is based on this really popular young adult children's novel series. There was a movie that came out in 2008, and it's about this family that makes this move, and they inherit their ancestral home, and they discover this hidden world of magic and good versus evil and fairies and ogres and all kinds of crazy. And I play the mother.
Love it.
This is interesting because it takes you back to your childhood and just, have you thought about like some of the things that interest you? Were you into the books like this when you were young?
Actually, I wasn't. I didn't really know about, like fantasy novels and stuff like that. I mean, I read encyclopedias when I
Encyclopedias. You might have to break that down for our younger
Oh, right.
audience.
Yeah. Encyclopedias are these like books that have lots of information and knowledge. It's kind of like Google, but like
In a book.
In a book.
Okay. All
Before
right.
Google, there were encyclopedias. So I had like a set. I had like the adult set, and then I had like the children's set, and I just read them all cover to cover. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I love that. You just brought me back to Encyclopedia. Okay, so you filmed this in Vancouver, and I heard that while you were there, you became sort of obsessed with a certain type of new dance class. Will you tell everybody what that is? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a certain type of dance class.
With heels.
Oh yes, the only way to do it for me anyway. Like,
Wait, you guys, we just take this in. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You look amazing.
I kind of look like I knew what I was doing, sort of, kind of.
Pole dancing is so hard.
It's really hard.
Why did you get obsessed with this?
Well, I get in my head a lot and get real upset. I needed something to kind of just like connect with my body and just get out of my head. And I'm like, you know what? I always wanted to pole dance. And if my birthday was coming up, I was alone. I was in Vancouver by myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find a dance studio. And I just like searched on, not an encyclopedia, on the Google, and I found this amazing studio, and I just started taking erotic dances and dance classes and pole just so hard, and it just really helped me to not be in my head.
Oh, that's cool.
Just really helped me to be embodied and
your
feel
husband,
sexy, and
is your husband just loving this new phase?
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Oh my God, we look so cute. That's our trailer.
And did you put a pole in the trailer?
No, but I have a pole in my house that he put up. So
okay.
I call him MacGyver, like the black MacGyver. So I'm like, hey MacGyver, can you come to my pole? So he makes sure that the pole is like steady and it's not gonna fall. You know those videos you see online where people they're not anchored right?
Yeah, right.
I just imagine your husband talking to his friends, like, I can't come over today. I gotta install a pole in my house.
No, that's actually what he. That's actually what he did.
Right, this is an amazing thing. Your first ever acting job was with Ms. B herself, Beyonce.
Yes.
In Beyonce's first acting job, Carmen, a hip hop.
Carmen, the hip hop.
This is a photo. Wow. This was 23 years ago.
Yeah.
So what do you remember?
Oh my God. Well, what I remember is I need that jumpsuit.
Yes, you do.
Because that jumpsuit is hot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she wearing clogs too?
Yeah.
Okay, cute. Her jeans are great.
Yeah.
That whole 90s thing is kind of coming back. But anyway, that was our first acting job. I mean, just individually and together. And I mean, she was then and still is now like hardest worker, so sweet, so cool. I mean, she still is the hardest working woman in show business. So it was great to experience that with her.
I mean, you're a pretty hard worker too. I mean, you're multi-talented.
not as hard as Beyonce.
But you're multi-talented because you actually sang in that movie. You know, like, was it intimidating singing in front of and with Beyonce?
I wouldn't call it singing at all. That's not what I did. I thought that I could hold a tune, so I was like, oh yeah, I got this. So I was like, and then she was like, no, you don't got this. How you like, you don't got this, girl. Like, so her and Rod Digger came into the booth with me and basically went line by line, like helping me be like, what is it, not off key?
On pitch.
Pitch,
So
exactly.
technically, you got singing lessons from Beyonce.
Yes.
I mean,
Cause like I'm a music lover and everything, and I was like, oh, I got this, and I was like, She's like, no, don't do that. Don't ever do that. This is how you do it, girl.
Oh, Joy, thank you so much for being with us today. The Spider-Man Chronicles is streaming now on the Roku channel. We'll be right back.
Enhance your skin's look and texture with one of the best high-quality skincare products around. It is time for today's must-have giveaway.
Pixie Beauty is cruelty-free, paraben-free, and made with natural botanical ingredients. Their mission is simply to bring out the natural beauty in everyone, to look like you, but only better. Visit Pixie Beauty online. Studio audience, guess what? You're all going home with a Pixie Beauty self-care package that includes their tonic, sun mist, and more. This self-care package retails for $100. For your chance to win this self-care package at home, go to the Talk's Facebook page.
And tomorrow we've got a brand new episode of The Talk with Wagner Moura and Harry Hamlin, and Tyler Cameron is going to be here guest co-hosting. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to